Today we're going to talk about LBRY. I'm going to talk to you about the LBC or LBRY Credits, how you can get some LBRY credits. We're going to do a complete kind of review of the LBRY platform. What is it? How does it work? How does it compare to YouTube? Because it is a video viewing platform. My opinions about the future. I'm going to talk about the CEO. I'm going to show you where you can get some more info regarding LBRY overall. And at the end of this video, I'm going to do something that I have not ever done on my channel before. We're over 8,000 subscribers. I've never done a giveaway on my channel. There's a lot of reasons why I don't prefer giveaways, but I'm going to give away hundreds and possibly thousands of LBCs to one viewer on my channel. So stay tuned for that. So let's start talking. LBRY Credits, what is it? This is the token, or I guess token's the right word. This is the token for the LBRY blockchain. And I just wanted to show you, like, it has a 3-cent valuation. It's been between, not too long ago, it was up to like 5 cents, almost 6 cents. It's a very interesting token. It's got a very interesting use case. I think the LBRY Credits, the LBC is going to, I think it's going to evolve long term. A little bit, I'm going to talk to you about, those of you who watch my channel, you know that I try to look at both sides of a project. I talk about the pros, I talk about the cons, the good and the bad. So I'm going to cover we'll start off with some of the positive. We'll define what everything is, how it works, what I've learned about it. And then I'll go over some of the things that I don't like, some concerns that I have about the future. And then we'll also wrap it up with the giveaway towards the end. So here's the thing. LBRY Credits is a token platform, but what exactly is LBRY itself? Well, LBRY is a blockchain decentralized project, and the whole idea is basically it's an alternative to YouTube, but it's done in a way that is decentralized. You see, you may not be aware of this, but YouTube, especially if you follow cryptocurrency YouTubers, because they've been targeted, especially last year. I was also targeted last year. For whatever reason. I mean, we can all speculate on why this is, but I was targeted myself, and a lot of our content and a lot of our channels were taken down. Really wild. It was random. And you know, I'm not certain if YouTube did it. I'm not certain if it was a problem with their flagging policies, because how they flagged videos, because they've since made some major changes to how they flag videos. It's really interesting, but definitely there was some sort of censorship taking place on YouTube's side. And the people have been demonetized, channels have been gone completely. There's a couple of YouTubers who lost channels completely, and there really doesn't ever seem to be a very good, clear explanation. And this is a real problem. And it's never a problem until it's your channel. Because I remember when I first saw that people were getting flagged, I actually made a video about this. I'll link it above. I made a video about this, and in that video I talked about, you know, people getting censored. And the first time I talked about it, I didn't really get it, because it hadn't happened to me. And I thought, listen, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm going to follow the rules. You know, everything should be okay, yada, yada. Well, then all of a sudden I started getting videos coming down, and it was crazy. These videos, some of them were years old, and some of them were so benign. Like, they were just talking about, you know, a direction of a certain cryptocurrency project. That I had a video that got pulled down because I was talking about the future price of Bitcoin, for example. Which is crazy that a video like that would get taken down. In fact, that video has never been restored. It makes no sense. And then YouTube doesn't really explain what's going on. So LBRY Credits, their whole idea is essentially to solve that. It's really about decentralized freedom of information sort of thing. You know, get info out there, less control. Understand, let's talk about, for instance, let me just go a step further, because I think if you're new to the channel watching this, you may not fully understand decentralization. So let's talk about that for a moment. YouTube, for example, where are the videos hosted on YouTube? You're watching this video right now. Where is this video hosted at? It's on a server where YouTube has control of it. If YouTube wants to pull this video down, you can never access it again. And I can't do anything either about it. I can't get access to it. If YouTube wants to shut down my channel, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing you can do. YouTube is owned by Google. Google, it's their business. What they say goes. They can be the Gestapo about it if they choose to. They're a private, well, they're a public business, but they're a business, so they get to make that decision on their own. In a decentralized environment, it's a little bit like BitTorrent. And that is if you're familiar with how BitTorrent works, where are those videos hosted? There's no central location. This is why BitTorrent also oftentimes has pirated content or stuff that's considered illegal. There's no, and LBRY does address some of the legality issues a little bit, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But with BitTorrent, for example, there's nowhere that those videos are hosted as far as a central location. If I download a video, if I download, say, I don't know, episode of the Jetsons, it's copywritten content, but you can probably find it on BitTorrent. And if I'm watching an episode and you decide you want to download it, you're going to be downloading that episode from people like me and probably several other places. You're not going to download it from one central source. There's no way to actually shut down that file sharing that exists. It's done in, there's no central location to shut down. So LBRY is a lot closer to BitTorrent technology than the way YouTube works. It's a video platform where you can host videos, and I'll show you. This is actually my channel. And you can come follow me over here on LBRY. So this is my channel, right? These are videos that are hosted. You can come and watch any of my videos over here. You can follow your own subscribers and watch videos. By the way, you want to get some free LBCs, they'll give you some free LBCs just for signing up. I'll put a link in the description. You can sign up, you can follow me, register, or whatever. You don't have to register, but you can register. If you do that, they'll give you, I think, 20 or 15 or 20 LBCs just for doing that. And then when you watch videos each day, they give you a couple LBCs when you first watch videos. But that's kind of what they're doing with that token. So you literally can earn some free tokens. So it's a video hosting site that is decentralized, similar to the way that BitTorrent is. Now, this creates a lot of very interesting variables, and I want to point out a couple of YouTubers that did interviews with the CEO, and the CEO is really interesting. I mean, he's the right kind of guy to be heading up this project, that's for sure. This video here, I'll put down in the description. This Scott Cunningham has a great series, by the way, on LBRY, and this guy talks about a lot of sort of decentralized information, blogging platforms, that sort of thing. He likes to cover a lot of that stuff. But he did this interview. Now, this interview is a 27-minute interview. This Jeremy Kauffman is a great CEO for this project. He pulls no punches. He talks about it. He talks about the limitations. And he absolutely, when you talk to the guy, you can tell that he's definitely, I mean, he makes no bones about it. He's very pro decentralization. He wants things to be as decentralized as possible. Now, let me just talk about that for a moment. Decentralization has its limits. Part of, if you make things 100% decentralized, nobody's ever going to use it. And I'll tell you why. Things like that care for content providers, for example. Monetization matters to content providers. Understanding view counts, followers, metrics, that matters to content providers. And you've got to have those sort of metrics in place if you want to have content providers. And he talks about there are some things that are centralized. And he talks about, like, he's not opposed, for example, and he pulls no punches about it. He's very upfront. He's not opposed to a business model where eventually LBRY is able to serve up ads. And if that has to be centralized to be able to do that, which it would have to be, he's okay with that. However, the project at its root is still decentralized. If aliens were somehow to come and abduct the whole, LBRY staff and the corporate company, LBRY still will exist as a blockchain video sharing project. Again, this is kind of a non-tech interview, but it's a good interview. Now, for a technical interview, you can come over here and watch this video here, Digital Cash Network. Big shout out to him. They cover a little bit of the technicals. They cover some of the stuff that's decentralized versus what's centralized. And he calls it progressive decentralization, meaning that you keep things as decentralized as possible, but some things in some areas have to be centralized. But you're always looking for decentralized solutions. He's willing to do things that are centralized as long as it increases customer experience and it works. However, he understands that ultimate goal is decentralization. And I love that mentality. A lot of people can criticize that because the hardcore decentralist in cryptocurrency, and I would consider myself one of those people, but I build businesses. I understand how this works. You cannot, there are certain limitations that there has to be some level of centralization at some point. But there's a difference in using decentralization as a marketing technique and trying to be as decentralized as you can. Not every project that claims decentralization is trying to be decentralized. And it's clear when you talk to him. A couple of fun facts I learned watching this. I thought this was fascinating. So I didn't fully understand what this meant, but like right here, your followers, 1,456 followers I have right now. If you click on this little question mark, it talks about, let me see if it comes up. How do views and subscriber counts work? Some library applications and LBRY.TV provide view and subscriber counts, like LBRY, Library Desktop and Web, like this. How these numbers work is more complicated than it might appear. As a decentralized protocol, there's no single node or computer that can observe all user activity on the library network because it's decentralized. Instead, view and subscriber counts are currently provided by LBRY Inc., not the protocol itself, so they count it in a way that is centralized. We aggregate data from users that participate in our rewards program and or opt-in sharing analytics data to provide these counts. Currently, users who opt out of analytics, more on how to use LBRY anonymously, are not counted in view or subscriber figures. In the future, LBRY will look to improve the accuracy of this feature as well as by adding it to the protocol itself, for example, by allowing wallet servers to share aggregated statistics and allowing subscribers to occur via special transaction. So that kind of explains that whole progressive centralization idea right there and how they're always trying to move more towards being decentralized. But here's something that's fascinating he talked about. Your follower count shows up here, but everyone who follows you, that is actually included in the blockchain. I thought that's so fascinating. So if something happened to LBRY or LBRY.TV right now, which is what I'm using right now, which is, by the way, I'll get to that in a minute. Bear with me. So it's fascinating because I was like, for like everything associated with your account, who you follow, who follows you, all that stuff is kept track of and is managed on the blockchain. So if LBRY disappears, it's amazing. You don't ever actually lose your followers and you don't lose who you follow because it's all included in the blockchain. I'm sorry, I found that absolutely incredible. Like I thought, wow, let's talk about some decentralization. That's great stuff. That's good stuff. Now, let me talk about some things that I think LBRY is doing right. Let me talk about where they're going to have some problems. And I did a previous video where I talked about getting monetized as a YouTuber. See, one of the things that YouTube has done, it's always amazing me, YouTube viewers, well, let me back up. YouTube creators, the people do this because they do it in almost all cases to be able to earn some sort of revenue. They do it to get ideas out there, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a reason why almost all channels get monetized as soon as they can. Almost all channels get monetized. Why? Because they want to be able to earn something for what they're doing. People talk about projects. People promote affiliate products. People sell courses, just like I sell my crypto passive income course. If you want to learn how to make passive income in crypto, you can sign up for a free newsletter down in the description. Or after you sign up for that newsletter, you can watch the video and you can subscribe to our Crypto Passive Profits course and learn how to build a true crypto passive business. See what I did there? Like, there's always a business interest or a financial interest to everything. That's how the world goes around. That's how the world works. Now, what LBRY's done well is they've incentivized content creators. How? It's a great incentive. Let me back up. YouTube blew up by sharing ad revenue. YouTube was sharing ad revenue before Google owned YouTube. Now, they used to share ad revenue with everyone, like any creator. When I first got on YouTube years ago, my very first channel that I ever had, like at 5 subscribers, you could get ad revenue. You might get a nickel all month, but you got ad revenue. With any video could get ad revenue back then. And then as centralization occurs, things change. They create new policies and make sweeping changes across the board. If one day the federal government says, for example, cryptocurrency is illegal, and by the way, I believe that's actually possible. That could happen one day. If the federal government ever said that, then within 24 hours or less, YouTube could scrub all cryptocurrency content on YouTube. And those of us that's what we like to talk about, all that content would be gone. Many of our channels would be gone. There's nothing we could do about it. That's centralization. That's what we want to get away from. That's what we don't want to have happening. LBRY is decentralized, so it wouldn't be as easy. In fact, in this video here, let me just show you, I'll get back to talking about bringing over creators in a minute, but I thought this was so good. When you watch this video, he talks about what if someone puts up something illegal And he talked about how they have some centralized efforts to curtail that and to help prevent that, to make it difficult to access and that sort of thing. But he clearly said if they wanted to get it out there, they could get it out there. And he, kind of gave a technical explanation on how that would occur. So again, that's good for decentralization. Now, I don't know long term if that's good for LBRY. We'll talk about that. But what LBRY's done well is they've gotten content creators in droves. Obviously, because the cryptocurrency project, there's a lot of cryptocurrency YouTubers, myself included, that are over here. But how do they get us over here so well? I'm going to show you. It's their LBRY token. That's everything. They literally pay you in LBRY tokens to put content up. How do they do that? Well, whenever you put up content on LBRY, and the video that I did about, I did a video about unique YouTubers getting monetized, or how, another way for small YouTube channels to get monetized. Anybody can do this. Any YouTube channel can do this. Anyone, no matter how the size of your YouTube channel. They have a partner program where your videos automatically go to, once you connect the account, they automatically go to a LBRY. Automatic. You don't have to do anything for it, and you will earn free cryptocurrency, and you don't even have to do anything for that. It's amazing. However, the way you earn the free cryptocurrency is LBRY incentivizes through watchers. So the first 10 videos that someone watches in a given day, it's random. It's between 0.5 and I think, 0.5 and 2. The content creator is awarded LBCs. Now the viewer gets LBCs, but they just get you get I think it's 1 to up to 100. The most I've ever gotten is 5 or 7 LBCs for watching a video. When you watch those videos, though, the content creator is getting paid in LBC. Now, this is not going to last long term, and LBRY already talks about this. They're already working to phase this out over time. But what it's done is it's caused a tremendous amount of people to come over here to the LBRY platform, and that's awesome. It creates a great user experience, because who wants to come to a platform where there's no videos? There's a lot of content over here. I mean, the content has exploded in the past few months over here on LBRY. But they're going to change how they do this, and they've already decreased it. You used to get, I think it was 1 to 4 or 1 to 3. Yeah, I think it was 1 to 4. And now they've cut it in half to 0.5 to 2 that you get randomly. So there are people out there with hundreds of thousands of LBCs. Now, here's the key. These things show up as credits. Here's the use case for the LBC. This is why this part is genius. Because it wouldn't matter if they were just giving out random tokens, because what would happen is the price would collapse. Where was it at? I think I've already closed it out. The price would collapse if they gave out random tokens. But this has maintained a price between 2 cents all the way up to 6 cents after its launch. So how does it maintain the price? Because as a content creator, you support your content, and when you support your content, that helps it show up in suggested views. It helps it come up. And watch this. Let me show you something. Let's go to home. Let's come over here to where we can literally come to anybody. All right, let's go to Crypto Slow. He's on YouTube, by the way. But if you come over to Crypto Slow, you can see there's 25,000 LBCs here. He's only had 92 views. Where do the 25,000 LBCs go to? He's supporting his own channel with LBC tokens. When you add supports to your own videos, then what that does is allow your videos to show up in ranking. So as content providers, yes, you can earn LBC tokens. And you can earn kind of a lot. Like I make between 100 to... I'll say 50 to 300 a day. It can vary depending on how much I upload. But we'll say maybe 100 to 200 a day. Some days more. So when you look at that, this is a great example. It hasn't been quite 24 hours yet since I withdrew my LBCs, but I'm almost at 200. Well, at 30 cents, that's $6. That's a day. For a channel that over on LBRY right now, I only have... On YouTube, I'm over 8,000 subscribers. Over here, I'm only at, almost 1,500 followers. The best we can tell, because remember, it's not 100% accurate. So for 1,500 followers, getting, $3 and up per day for putting up videos, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's going to stop though. They can't keep paying out at that rate. However, what they're going to do most likely is they're going to keep cutting back, how much they're paying out. And when they do that, I believe the price of the LBRY token is going to go up. Oh, here we are. I believe as they cut back rewards, it makes it harder to earn them. And so it's going to have almost like a deflation. It's going to limit the supply a little bit that's getting released. And when they do that, I think it's going to cause the price of the token to go up. This is why I'm stacking tokens myself. Of course, to support my channel as well, but I think it's going to cause the token price to go up. Now, they got some ideas long term. Now, let me just talk about the negative of the LBRY platform. So here's a couple of the negatives. First of all, decentralization sounds great until you get big, until you get sued as a company, until somebody doesn't like what's up there, and somebody's puts, remember everybody was eating the Tide Pods a while back. Start putting Tide Pod videos on LBRY. Somebody dies, and then some mother comes along and sues somebody. And almost every year, YouTube makes some sort of policy change about what content can go up, how it can go up. As a content provider or creator, what you have to, another checkbox you have to check, or something else you have to read, and it's all about, shielding them from liability. Why? Because they are a huge company that's highly profitable that have been sued repeatedly. So again, that's part of the centralization. Now, where decentralization gets stressed is when the creator, founder, CEO, whatever, when the company comes under scrutiny, under attack because they grow. A lot of times you can get away with stuff as a small business that you just can't get away with as a big business. When you become the big behemoth and you got deep pockets, look, no lawyer's going to sue somebody that doesn't have money. They only sue people that have money, because otherwise, what's the whole point in spending your time trying to sue somebody when you can't squeeze, water from a rock or whatever, right? So the LBRY is not to the point, they don't have the following yet, they're not big enough yet to become the target. It just hasn't happened yet. But when they get targeted, that's going to be the real test for decentralization. And they know this, by the way. They're not idiots. They fully understand this. The other thing is they've got to continue to work on some usability things. Now, one thing that I like about LBRY, by the way, I think it's in this video interview here with Scott. One of the things that's very interesting here in this video that he talks about is he talks about how they had the LBRY.tv right here. You don't have to so this doesn't have to be downloaded. You can go to LBRY.tv and watch. However, they have an app. And do I have it downloaded? Is it on my computer? Right here it is. It's running on my computer right now, the LBRY app. So the app, he talks about in that video, the app was created first. They weren't worried about just having because a lot of these video sharing type platforms, alternative YouTube alternatives or whatever, that have it done as well, they say they're decentralized, but they're actually very, very, very centralized. And he talked about that. He said, look, a lot of times they say they're decentralized, but if the main website goes down, there's no possible way at all to access anything. He goes, we're open source. Everything we do is 100% open source. It's all on GitHub. You can review it. You can commit. You can change whatever. You can fork the project. You can do whatever you want. And he said, we had an app long before we had a website. And it was only after we had the app that people were like, yeah, but not everyone wants to have to download something to watch the videos. And it was like, yeah, you're right. So then they created LBRY.tv. This is relatively new in the past few months. I mean, very new. The whole project is new, but LBRY.tv is very new. I actually use LBRY.tv a little bit more personally. Again, if you want to start checking out LBRY platform, I'll put a link down in the description. You can totally check it out. Now, I want to say one more thing about the CEO. And I want to talk about this progressive decentralization, because I really don't like that term. I get it, but I don't like it. I understand it, but I don't like it. But I would compare what they're doing as the right approach to have a successful business in cryptocurrency. You see, anytime you have a cryptocurrency project, you're going to if you want to be in business, you're going to be a legal business, which you need to be if you're going to grow a business and build a project and make an impact. You can't operate illegally. That's not going to work very long. To be a legal business, you have to abide by laws. You have to be as compliant as possible. You can resist the laws. You can say, hey, we're doing this because we're being forced to, but we don't want to. This is like a lot of the VPNs that exist out there. There are VPNs, virtual private networks. If you know what those are, great. If not, it's okay. But the big VPNs are absolute scams. I'm not going to name names, but all the ones you see advertised, they're absolute scams. Why? Because either they keep user data. The whole idea behind a VPN is to help keep you anonymous online. So they're not supposed to keep user data. But if they either keep user data and they claim they don't, which is horrible, that is an outright scam, or they do keep user data. They don't say they don't, they say they give you privacy, but they keep the user data themselves, and you can find in their terms and conditions oftentimes. The reason that's a problem is because if the government comes knocking on their door, they're going to easily turn it over once they get subpoenaed by the government. The good VPNs, and there's only a few out there, they don't keep any user data at all whatsoever. So even if the government comes knocking, there's nothing for them to turn over at all, period. And that's the example of a company who's working to be compliant legally with the government, but we're not going to keep any more data than we're legally required to keep. So I'll go back to this comparison I've made before on my channel between Coinbase and Crypto.com. I'm going to tell you right now, Coinbase in the US, everybody uses Coinbase. I don't think anybody should use Coinbase ever again. I plan to never use Coinbase again in my life. Why? I've done a couple of videos about Coinbase, but I did a video about Coinbase working with the DEA and the IRS. Coinbase is actively seeking contracts, meaning they're going to the federal government saying, hey, here's what we can provide for you, how much will you pay us for this data? They're actively seeking contracts to make money for their business. They want it to be another revenue source where they're going to sell blockchain data. Now, Coinbase is going to say we're not selling user data because they're not going to attach an identity to the data. But all they have to do is sell blockchain data. And once they sell blockchain data and they see, and the federal government or whatever sees something that looks suspicious, then all they have to do is subpoena Coinbase for the name of the user. And again, I'm not trying to condone someone, and I'm not trying to tell someone to go do something that's wrong or illegal, but privacy is important. Crypto equals freedom. I say that all the time when I end my videos. But crypto equals freedom because it helps preserve our rights, helps preserve our privacy, helps preserve our freedom of economics through decentralization, through freedom of exchange, freedom of monetary exchange, which most people don't even realize. You in a normal fiat system, you don't have a freedom of monetary exchange. But then you got Coinbase here actively earn people's trust in the cryptocurrency community and then actively takes that data and sells it. Then there's an alternative, Crypto.com, which by the way is easier to use than Coinbase. I'll put a link in the description. You can get $50 free if you sign up for their Ruby card. By the way, you can check that out. I'll put it in the description. But neither here nor there. They have a free blue card. Get the free card. But neither here nor there. The Crypto.com, it's easier to use. It's easier to spend your crypto. It's easier to buy crypto. They have a goal of financial decentralization. If you look at some of the interviews with their CEO, that is their goal. That's their stated goal. That's what they talk about. It's part of why they have the CRO token. They talk about it. People think they come out with the CRO token because they bought the Crypto.com. That might be why it's called CRO, but there's a whole different use case behind that token. But they're not, at least at this point, thank God, hopefully never, they're not actively seeking a contract with the federal government to give away details that I believe should be private for their customers. That's a problem. So this is an example. Crypto.com is an example of, hey, we've got to follow certain financial laws. We have to do KYC AML to be a financial services business. We have to do that to be legal, period, to be in business. But we're not going to give up any more information to the federal government than what they require us to give. We're not gonna make any more information available than what we're required to do. And I think that's how companies have to obviously operate, even in the cryptocurrency space. And I would think from the interviews that I watched, that's kind of the same viewpoint that I get from Jeremy Kauffman, the CEO at LBRY. Very, very interesting interviews. Again, I'll put both these links in the description as well. Now, I want to talk about how you can get some free LBRY tokens. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. By the way, if you've been listening to me this long, smash that like button. Give a big shout out to decentralization. Let's force that YouTube algorithm to spread the word of decentralization. You can do that by helping me smash the like button like this. Boom. Except do that on my video, then come do it on Jeremy's video. Okay, so here's the thing. I want to tell you how you can get some free LBRY tokens. Here's what, I don't know what the future of LBRY holds, but I really want to grow my presence on the platform. And I want you to get involved with the platform a little bit. So I'm going to give you a way to jumpstart that. And I'm going to give you a chance to earn some additional LBRY tokens than what they'll give you. Now, mind you, you can get some free tokens now. Go to my link in the description, my invite link, sign up for LBRY. You get like, I think 20 or 20 LBCs, I think. I get like 15 or 20 as well. So that's great. We both win there. But every day, if you come watch videos, you're going to get some free LBC every day. But on top of that, I'm going to give you some more starting next week. So this is the 2nd, starting on the July 4th. Awesome, Independence Day in America. Crypto helps preserve independence, in my opinion. So starting on July 4th, here's what we're going to do. From July 4th, I'm gonna clear all my LBCs that I've gotten in tips. Keep in mind, I get tips automatically from just viewers, you watching my videos. So I get those tips automatically. Well, I'm going to give you some of those tips. Say I've gotten 200. No, I had less than that earlier. I'm going to clear all these and it will get to 0. And I'm going to do this tomorrow. Then starting from Friday night all the way, really starting Saturday, I'll do it Friday night before I go to bed, but basically from Saturday all the way to Friday the 10th. On Friday the 10th, I'm going to do a drawing. And the lucky winner, and I'm going to tell you how to get into the drawing, and I'm going to tell you how to maximize your earnings too of LBC. The lucky winner, I'm going to split all the tips for the week that I've earned on the platform. 50-50 with you, 100%. I hope that's confusing. I'm going to split them with you 50-50. I'm going to leave them earned and bound in tips for the entire week. And then I'm going to split them with you 50-50. One lucky winner, which by the way, is between 100, probably 200. Well, this is 200 LBCs since, I think since yesterday evening, I think. So it's not even been 24 hours. So I get between, we'll say 50 to 250. I want to be conservative. I don't want to overpromise. But whatever I get, and I'm going to upload regularly because the more I upload, the more I end up getting. I'm going to do some regular uploads as well. I do content specific to LBRY as well. To be able to help boost these earnings as much as I can. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to show you how you can help boost these earnings as well. But at the end of the week, I'll do a live video. I'm going to put the video on LBRY, and I'm going to announce who the winner is. So here's what you want to do. When I post it on LBRY, you want to go check your LBRY wallet. Now, I'll send these to you. How do you get a LBRY wallet? Well, again, go sign up for LBRY, link in the description. And then what you'll want to do, once you sign up for LBRY, you'll click on the little number above here, and you'll go to receive. And that's how you just copy that. That's your wallet you want to put. Now, where are you going to put this? I can't do this on the LBRY platform. So I've got the program that I use, I think only works for YouTube. So here's what I'm going to do. Underneath this video, just leave a comment. You got to leave a comment. If you don't leave a comment, I'm not gonna choose you. You got to leave a comment. Tell me what is your one of the things you love about LBRY or one of the things you don't like about LBRY. Leave me some constructive comment in the comment section down below, and make certain you include your LBRY wallet address right here. If you do that, then I'm going to split my LBRY tokens with you. I'm going to choose someone random, and if I choose you, I'm going to split my LBRY credits with you completely. So it should be several hundred, maybe even $1,000. Okay, I'm sorry, not $1,000, 1,000 credits. So I'm going to split those with you 50-50, and that will be taking place on Saturday. I'll do that drawing on Saturday. I'll do that video on Saturday the 11th. So again, let me recap. Here on YouTube, you're going to sign up for LBRY. Even if you're already signed up, that's great. Click receive. Good constructive comment down in the bottom of this video. Include your receive address as well. And then just be sure to follow me on LBRY. And after I do the drawing, I'll let the person know on LBRY. I'll do the drawing. I'll record it. I'll make a video of me on YouTube doing a recording and choosing the comment, etc. but I will only upload that video on the LBRY platform. So this video will show up. Put your comment down below on YouTube. If you watch this video on LBRY, it's fine, but it doesn't matter. You've got to put the comment on YouTube. Why? Because I can't do the random comment thing on LBRY. So leave a constructive comment down below. And then what you want to do is follow me on LBRY, watch my videos. Make sure you come over here, you click, you come over here, you hit follow. When you follow me, watch my videos. Why? Because whenever you watch my videos, come through, watch as many as you want, watch each day, whatever, watch 2 or 3 a day, 4 or 5 a day, whatever. Watch my videos. When you watch my videos, it's going to increase the credits. And it's also going to increase, if you're the winner, then it's going to be increase the credits that go to you as well. So watch as many videos as you can, or just watch the content you like. It doesn't matter. Just watch the videos. Start using the LBRY platform. That's really what I want you to do. I want you to get engaged with LBRY. I want you to follow somebody. I want you to start watching content. That's what I want you to do. And then, of course, as you do that, it will hopefully help boost your earnings as well. And I'm going to split those with one lucky winner, one YouTube commenter on next week, which will be the 11th, is when I'll actually put that video up on LBRY exclusively. So it starts on, leave your comment. This video is going to be going up on the 3rd. Leave your comment down below with your receive address. Follow me on the LBRY platform. Watch my content. We're going to go from a week from the 4th all the way to the 10th. I'll do the drawing based off YouTube comments underneath this video on the 11th. And I will upload that video exclusively here on LBRY. Again, that's going to show up on the 11th. All right, thank you so much for watching. Remember, crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.